Hi everyone. Last night I attempted to do a live stream that was all about Roland's new music creation app, ZenBeats. Unfortunately, I had a few internet/technical problems. Thankfully, I recorded it to my hard drive. So I've gone through and edited out the bad bits, and I'm making this available now. So if you want to learn about ZenBeats, please watch. Let's go. Hi there. So ZenBeats is available on multiple formats. You can put it on your iPad, you can put it on your iPhone, so iOS. You can put it on OSX, which is your Apple laptop or your Apple desktop. You can also put it on Android devices and Windows devices, so your PC or your Samsung. So the really cool thing with ZenBeats is that it is the same on every single device. Now, ZenBeats is also free. The basic version is free, which is great. So you can actually download it and try it straight away. There is a store where you can have add-ons and extra sounds and extra loops. And I'll show you how many there are, because there's tons, and a lot of fun can be had with all the cool sounds. But what I will show you is how to go there and how to get it. Go roland.com/products/ZenBeats, ZenBeats. There it is on screen. So that's easy for you to find. So go there and it will come up with that ZenBeats area that shows up on your screen and at roland.com. Scroll down and you can see the button that says try it for free. So all you need to do is hit the download button and it will take you to the options. ZenBeats for iOS, for Mac, for Android, and for Windows. Hit it. I'm on iOS, obviously. I'm on an iPad, so I'm going to hit iOS, and it will take me straight to my App Store. I've already got it, obviously, so I just need to hit open. So I'll hit open, and ZenBeats will start to load. Now, before I actually start a project, what I'm going to show you, just because it's convenient, is the store. So that's the welcome screen. If you hit the cart up here on the top, it's loading my store items. And you'll see there is a ton of sounds. So this is showing all the sounds. If you want to, you can categorize them into audio loops. So the audio loops are actually guitars or synths or drums that have been recorded as audio, and they are put into ZenBeats. There is also loops, and it'll show me all the loops. If I go to presets, these will just be presets of drum kits and that sort of thing. So different synthesizer sounds, etc. So that's in the store, and that's in store for you. Sorry about the pun. And there's a whole heap of stuff there. So ZenBeats does come with different sounds, of course, but there's more being added all the time, and you can purchase them and download them and install them into ZenBeats. And it's very, very cool to have all those different sounds at your disposal. So this tutorial is an introduction to ZenBeats, and what I'm going to do is pretend that you've just downloaded it and just installed it, and this is your first time. So what I'm going to do is select new song. I'm selecting new song, and we get this screen. So this screen is the drum composer screen. So we can make loops of drums here very easily. Let's just come back to that in a minute. So this is our loop area. There's an area here that we can actually create loops. But today I'm going to create something in the linear area. So the linear area is more traditional way of doing things, like if you're using a program like GarageBand or like Logic, for example, or Cubase, all those sort of different DAWs, digital audio workstations, have a linear approach. If you're more into something like Ableton, it has more of a loop or a clip approach. So today I'm going to show you the linear, which uses a combination of both anyway. So let's go to our first track, and you'll see here it's automatically selected drums. So it automatically gives you track number 1 as a drum kit. where you can compose your drum loop. So here is what we call screen instruments or play instruments. So I can actually play these sounds from here. If you're on a laptop, you can do the same thing, but you need to actually use the mouse. But if it's on a device like an iPad or an iPhone or a tablet or a Android device, you can do the same thing, but with using the screen. Just like that, you can do the different sounds. So let's go in just by double clicking that track, and you'll see here like a matrix, like a graph. So this is where we're going to program our drums. So if you look at this, all of these little squares here, there's a darker row and there's a slightly lighter row, then there's a darker row, then there's a slightly lighter row, and it's broken up into 16 squares per line. So this means it's going to give us 16 beats per bar. That's beat 1, beat 2, beat 3, and beat 4. It's quite subtle, but you can see where beat 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 are. So let's start by putting in our kick drum. If I play that, you can hear that's the kick drum sound. If I push play here, I get the kick drum. Okay, this is basic stuff, and for a lot of people it's you know, stuff that you already know. But there's a few tricks that you can do with this area already for people that haven't done it before, and for people that have been doing it, there's something new here in a way of programming rhythms. So let me show you. First of all, what we need to do is just check a few things. So if we go up here in the transport bar, if you don't know what a transport bar is, it's basically your stop, go, and your record button, plus a few other parameters as well. So the white square is a stop, the green triangle is go, and the red is record. I've got that blue loop button selected because that just means it's going to loop around. And if I hit that button there where it says BPM, that stands for beats per minute, 120. So I can actually change the tempo. I can actually tap the tempo and change how fast it is, or I can type it in. I can also go and have a metronome click. So what does a metronome do? If you don't know, a metronome's actually going to give you a click every beat. You can have it on record only, which is what I have got it selected as only on record. Pre-roll means that it's going to give me a count in. So it's going to go click, 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 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I know where to start. So let's get out of there, and what I'm going to do is now play that rhythm and show you something cool with the next kick drum. So that kick drum's in there. The next kick drum is there. So what I'm going to do is put another kick drum right here, but hold my finger down. Now, if I drag it to the right-hand side, to the right, I should say, it's going to give me different patterns. So there's 4s, 8s. So that's a cool rhythm. So it gives you different options. You can go crazy if you like. So just by going left and right. Now, if I go up and down, it changes the volume, or what we call velocity. If it's a keyboard, that means how hard you hit it. So if I go up, down. Cool. So let's put in a snare drum. Same way. That's cool. Let's put in a hi-hat. Okay, percussion, that'll do. It's a bit loud. I'll pull my hand down so that it has less velocity, and let's put in a hi-hat. And I'll pull my hand down. There we go. Okay, we've created a rhythm. You can change all of these sounds, of course, and that's what these areas here are for. So you can actually go here and change pick a different kit. So here, where it says all, this is actually using all VSTs that are in your device. ZenBeats comes with its own sounds, but if you've got, for example, GarageBand installed on your laptop, it will also see all of GarageBand sounds as well. So you can use their sounds inside ZenBeats. Kind of cool. So what I'm going to do is go here and access only sounds from ZenBeats, and I'm going to pick a kit. So, or actually what you can do is actually scroll through them here as well. Kit play. and hear different kits. There's also different patterns here as well. So if I play this, you can choose different patterns. So this is also a good way if you're learning to see how other patterns are made. And there's all sorts in here. There's different types. There's everything from acoustic drums. It's got pop, it's got rock, it's got dance, it's got hip hop, it's got all sorts of different types of genres. So you can go through and have a look and have a listen. Let's go back, exit out of there. So if you look here, hit the cross. So there's the beat that we've created. I'm going to push minus to make it a bit smaller and just double the length of that. Okay. So now what we're going to do is add another instrument. The next instrument that I'm going to add is an audio track, and there's a heap of different audio tracks, as I said, that come with ZenBeats. So let's have a look. I'm going to select this track button here and go audio track. Now, if I double click in there, it opens up a menu. And what I can do is look at the different categories and select the category that I want to choose from. I'm going to actually pick from a specific library, and this library is going to be called Diamond EDM. So now from that, I've decided to pick Diamond Big Synth Q. So that's what it sounds like. You can hear what it sounds like. You can audition each one, which is great. So I can listen to different ones. There's a whole heap in there. Cool. So if I want to use that one, I just hit plus, and there it is. I'm going to expand out the song so we can see more of it. And so I'm pushing it back to beat 1. Cool. So I'm going to actually just drag this over there and just have that first section of it to make it only going for 2 bars. You'll see here those little triangles, they're the loop, that's the loop. So I'm going to drag it all the way over so we have 8 bars. And what I'm also going to do is hit that little gear and copy it, and we'll paste it and drag it to bar 5. There we go. Cut that one off a bit. Let's make it longer. So it's all tangible. You can see you can make it longer or shorter, which is cool. All right, so I'm going to play that back, and I would suggest that that track 2 that we've made called Diamond Big Synth is going to be too loud. So what we need to do is go here to this little arrow and push that, and then you can see we've got mixing capabilities, so I can pull that down. So the synth now is going to be quieter. Okay, just so you know that the loop didn't turn around, so we just push that button there. Now we've got the loop happening. All right, so let's go to another track. Let's select another audio track, go audio track, and double click in that area, and now I'm going to select Diamond Bass Synths. So this is like a riff, synth bass riff. It's kind of cool. We can audition it and then insert it. So obviously it's inserted it to where what we call the cursor is, or the timeline. So let's push it back to there, and now we can listen to it and again mix it as well. So again, if I select that track, that's our fader for the volume, and I'll put it down. Great. So now let's actually insert something different. We've used 2 loops. That's cool. Let's now this time insert an instrument track. So this is a synthesizer. So ZenBeats comes with a heap of really cool synthesizers that do a lot, and you can actually add effects to them, you can edit them, and you have an ongoing and growing library of them as well. I've selected plus track. Let's go instrument track. And now I want to select electro synth, move the library out of the way, and that's what the electro synth looks like. So there's some simple parameters there that we can change. I'm going to leave it as it is, push the little cross, and we're back now at our recording. So now what I want to do is actually play something on this electro synth. So how do we do that? We go up here to the corner and we push the keyboard and we have a keyboard. Now there's different options. So you might be a keyboard player and you might be able to play those notes, which you can. By the way, these blue lines make it go down the octave or right up the octave. So let's go in the middle again. So you can either do that, you can do it this way with actual notes, so you can see the notes, or you can go here and just have it like pad notes. So let's go back to the keyboard. That's my world. I'm a keyboard player, so let's stick with that. This button here, I like this button. So that little gear gives you options, and what it's going to do is give me pitch, bend on, drag. So if I push that, that just means, so if I slide from one note to the next, it will slide up. So I'm going to hit record. Okay, so that's recorded there, you can see, and it's also recorded, if you look closely, it's recorded some automation, what we call automation, and that just means that it's recorded my movements. So there's a whole heap of different, what we call control changes. So that's been recorded and we can go in there and edit that. If you want to, you can quickly look in there by just double tapping. I just double tap that now, and you can actually select the note, push this arrow here, and you have these parameters where you can move a note up and down, change the velocity, change the octave. You can actually put it in time if it wasn't in time. A few different parameters there, and it's very easy to do, or you can just actually move it down like that. And if you've made a mistake, here are your undo buttons. Okay, I'll give you a closer look. That's what it looks like on screen. I'm going to get out of that page, and now we're going to add another track. The drum track that I did, it's got some nice high end, it's got some interesting different rhythms in there, different beats, different sounds, but I'd like to give it some push. So what I'm going to do is add another track, go there, and I'm going to add a audio track again, and double click in there. And this time I'm going to select this one. Just give me some standard 4 on the floor kick. So let's just go plus, and there we've got it there. It's just needs to be pushed back to 1. And now we have that happening. Okay, let's add one more synth sound. Okay, so I'm going to add another instrument track. With this instrument, I'm going to use, again, it's got all plugins, so it's showing all the plugins that are on my iPad, but I just went ZenBeats plugins, and we're going to use Sampleverse. Now, as simple as this particular instrument looks, it's very powerful. It's actually a sampler, so you can record your voice, you can record another instrument, you can record a sound, just using the built-in microphones of your device, or hooking it up to an interface and using a proper microphone. And with that sound, you can play it back on different notes from a keyboard and add a whole heap of different effects to it as well, and mangle it and change it and make it your own. So let's have a look at this sound. I'll put in a keyboard. That's kind of cool. Let's turn on the arpeggiator. I'm going to select an arpeggiator sound. Let's just go with that one, Funky Leader, and that should give us, it's a little bit like, it sounds stranger than some things. See what I did there? Okay, and then you can add different things like reverb, and there's a whole heap of other parameters that you can play with, which is a lot of fun. But if you don't want to, let's just keep it simple right now and add that sound. Okay, so go back to that one there, scroll down, and let's hit record. Okay. There was some things in there that I did like, some things that I didn't like. And again, you can just go in there and edit it and just quickly change it. Just like that. Get out of there. Now, I'll get rid of the keyboard and I'll pull up the mixer. And here we can change the volumes. So let me play it back. So there we've created a track really quickly and simply by using ZenBeats. There is a stack more different things that you can do with ZenBeats, and there's a whole heap of different effects. There's heaps of different ways of programming, and there's lots of different ways of accessing different sounds as well. So again, if you haven't already, please go to www.roland.com and download your copy of ZenBeats and start experimenting. It's free and it's available for iOS, for Android, for Mac and for Windows. And one last thing, please go over and like and follow the Australian Roland Facebook page, where you will find all the latest information, all about the new gear and news. Plus, every Friday I plan to do a live stream on everything ZenBeats. So please take care of yourselves, and thanks very much for watching. See you again.